Hey guys, if you love talking Bears football, make sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Chicago might have a huge opportunity on their hands. Everyone's focused on who they'll take at number 10, and for good reason. But what if they could get their guy in the first round and land a hidden gem later? There's a lineman flying under the radar, and it's not a name most people are throwing around. But according to one of the top evaluators in the game, this might be the best offensive tackle prospect in the entire draft, and he could still be available in the second or even third round. That player? Oregon tackle Josh Conerly Jr. He's scheduled for a top 30 visit with the Bears, and that alone is worth paying attention to. Former NFC North coach and offensive line expert Mike Tice, remember him, believes Conerly is the best tackle in this class, period. I'll share exactly what he had to say in a moment, but let's just take a second to acknowledge what kind of player we're talking about. Conerly has the size, the athleticism, and the tape to back it all up. He's 6'5", 311 pounds, and he absolutely held his own against the best edge rusher in this draft class when they faced off. That's the kind of performance that turns heads, and the Bears are clearly paying attention. His visit to Hollis Hall signals serious interest from a front office that has made improving the offensive line a top priority. We've already seen them make aggressive moves, signing Jonah Jackson, trading for Joe Thuney, and locking in Drew Dahlman on a 3-year deal right at the start of free agency. The interior is looking strong, but the left tackle spot, that's the one big question mark. Braxton Jones is coming off a season-ending injury and entering the final year of his rookie deal, so if the team wants to upgrade, now's the time. That brings us back to Conerly. He might not be in the same tier as guys like Will Campbell, Kelvin Banks, or Missouri's Membo, but he's an elite athlete and could be the perfect fit for what the Bears want to do offensively. And here's the thing. While draft analysts peg him as an early second-rounder, Mike Tice sees him as a much bigger deal. On a recent podcast, he broke down offensive line prospects across the board, and his analysis of Conerly was overwhelmingly positive. So, is this a name Bears fans should be watching closely? Absolutely. And with that top 30 visit confirmed, it's clear the team is thinking the same thing. All right, let's get right to it. Here's what Mike Tice had to say. I love this guy. He's my #1 offensive lineman in the draft. Period. No question about it. That's a bold statement. Tice went on to praise Oregon's offensive line coach Alik Terry, saying he's done an incredible job developing talent. And Conerly, according to Tice, his technique is polished across the board. Pass protection, run blocking, footwork, hand placement, everything. Usually, a player with this many strengths gets drafted in the first half of the first round. But for some reason, Conerly isn't getting that kind of buzz. Tice joked that unless there's some hidden flaw, like acne I didn't know about, there's really not much to dislike about his game. Classic Tice humor for those who remember him from his time in Chicago and Minnesota. Now let's get serious. Scheme fit? Not an issue. Conerly can thrive in both gap and zone blocking systems. And here's an interesting parallel. Lions head coach Ben Johnson helped build Detroit's offensive line around another Oregon tackle, Penei Sewell, who has already become a multiple-time Pro Bowler. Conerly isn't being talked about on that level just yet, but he's got a key moment on his resume that makes his case even stronger. I'm talking about the Big Ten championship game against Penn State. Oregon trusted Conerly to go one-on-one with the best edge rusher in this draft class, Abdul Carter. And guess what? 0 sacks allowed. Head coach Dan Lanning put it all on Conerly's shoulders, and he delivered. After the game, Conerly said, "It was a little shocking in the moment, but that was my plan anyway. I felt like I played okay. There were a few plays I could have been better. But for the most part, his impact was minimal, and that's exactly what we wanted." That kind of confidence shows why teams are intrigued. And Conerly isn't just relying on raw talent. He's been training with former NFL linemen like Corey Linsley and working with ex-NFL coach Paul Alexander to refine his game. He's focused on agility, quickness, and technical improvement, not just relying on size and strength. But of course, no prospect is perfect. If there's a blemish in his game, as Tice would put it, it showed up during Senior Bowl week. and a lot of you probably saw it. Conerly got absolutely put on blast in a one-on-one rep against Marshall's Mike Green, who dominated him in that moment. Clips of it went viral on X and YouTube, and it definitely hurt his stock a bit. But here's the thing. One bad rep doesn't define a player. Green is an elite talent himself, possibly a first-rounder, and Conerly has the tools to bounce back. The real question is whether teams see that Senior Bowl moment as a red flag or just a learning experience, and if the Bears are bringing him in for a top 30 visit? Well, they clearly see a whole lot to like. That moment at the Senior Bowl? No doubt it had to be embarrassing for Josh Conerly Jr., but as he put it, it's football. Everybody gets got. I got. Simple as that. It's happened before in practice at Oregon, so I've been in that situation before. No matter what, you get back up and keep fighting. You're not just going to stay down forever. That's the kind of mentality teams love to see. And based on what's being said around the league, plenty of teams are buying into Conerly's mindset. Physically, he checks every box. Elite measurables, great film, high-level intangibles. And if Bears head coach Ben Johnson is looking for a young tackle who fits his system, Conerly might just be that guy. Think about it. If Mike Tice is right, the Bears could land the best offensive tackle in the entire draft in the second or third round. That would be an absolute steal. What do you guys think? Would Conerly be a smart pick for Chicago? Drop your thoughts below, and as always, bear down. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a better voice.